Ah, shiny Pokemon. In the old days of the mid-2000s, people spent hours, days, weeks, months, even years to find even one of these alternate colored little beasties. But for me, I've got too many of them, so I decided to give them all away. Yes, that's right, I gave away an entire box worth of shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Why? Well, why not? What else am I gonna do with them? They're nice to have, but after getting a dozen shiny Dino, they don't really have the same wow factor. So why not trade it out into the world and make someone else's day? Someone who might even be playing for the first time. But you might be thinking, how did you get so many shiny Pokemon? Well, you see, there's this Pokemon game that I'm pretty sure none of you guys have ever heard of called Pokemon Go. And the odds of finding a shiny in this game would make many grown shiny hunters cry, honestly. The challenge is that you need to go out of your house and hope that the Pokemon you want even shows up. Of course, there's many events with boosted shiny odds, including community days, but it might not exactly be the Pokemon you're looking for. You're likely to get a shiny from playing a lot, but it just might not be the shiny you want. But I've been playing the game on and off again over the years and collected dozens of shinies. And while I don't necessarily recommend picking up Pokemon Go as a game, I still enjoy collecting shinies and cool stuff. But there's only so many Pokemon you can hold, so how do you get shinies out of Pokemon Go to the Switch games? Well, there's two ways. And they're not exactly easy ways, but there are two ways. First is everyone's favorite Pokemon games, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. You can go to the Go Park in Fuchsia City and transfer any of the Kanto Pokemon, plus Meltan and Melmetal, anytime you want. The issue is you need to catch them again with Let's Go's uncomfortable catching mechanic, but hey, you got infinite chances, and there's no time limit. The other way is both easier and longer. You can use the Poke Transporter, send them to home, and then to whatever game they're eligible to be in. Because that's it. But depending on the Pokemon, you can only send up to 5 shinies a week, or more if you pay more money. On the flip side, you can have multiple Pokemon Go accounts connect to a Switch with Pokemon Home. And the time gate is only held up on each individual Pokemon Go account instead of the home account. So if you know any friends who want to give away some shinies, you can hit them up. And sure, all of these shinies have permanent G stickers on them, but the average person wouldn't really care about that, right? With these two features, I was able to catch an entire box of shiny Pokemon into Pokemon Sword and Shield to surprise trade it into the world. Which, if you don't know what surprise trading is, it basically lets you send any Pokemon you want into the stratosphere and you'll get a Pokemon back. And this video was slightly incorrect. Technically, I only traded 29 shiny Pokemon to Sword and Shield, but I did record a video of me surprise trading one Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, just to see what I would get, and so I could make it a full 30 Pokemon. So, here's what I got from trading 30 shiny Pokemon away with surprise trades. This is the full box of shiny Pokemon I surprise trade for this project. These are a mix of both Community Day Pokemon and just random shinies I picked up along the way. So I started by surprise trading the shiny Swablu to a guy named Mark, who sent over a Nickit named Kit. Then I sent a Gible to Charlotte, and got a little Hoot Hoot, which I realized had the OT of F-King, which is something else. I traded a shiny Swablu for a Squavett from Japan, and then a shiny Gible for a Squirtle, the first starter of the bunch. And a Fletchling for a Honedge, which is pretty sweet. Sent a Litwick all the way to the planet of Mars for a Natu. I then sent Gible for a Choodle, which would end up being surprisingly common. I don't know why, but the Choodle line is very popular in surprise trades. I sent another Gible to Hikari for a Magikarp. Well, not a Magikarp, a Magikarp from Adam. And I then sent the gorgeous shiny Sneasel for a Yamper named, well, Yami, to Jonathan, who actually had a Pokeball and seems like it was caught recently. I recorded this right after Christmas in December 2022, so it was very, very recent. I then sent a Fletchling to KJK, who sent over a Chansey, probably the rarest Pokemon so far. I then sent a shiny Spiel to Marcelli D for a Bunnelby. But this Bunnelby was special as it had a snowy mark, which was my only Pokemon that had a mark in this whole thing, so pretty rare. Probably the rarest one so far. shiny Duskull for a Ninjask, a pretty strong one too. Ninjask really helped me in the early game of Sword and Shield. I sent a Duskull for an Alolan Sandshrew, and a Fletchling to Jordan for a Wooloo. Or a Mumutun. Then an Elekid to Takuya from Digimon for a Sizzlipede. Then sent another Duskull out to Damien for a Hatrem. Another Gible traded out for an Esper. 18 Pokemon in, and for my shiny Budu, I got my first hacked Pokemon of the evening. A shiny Charizard with way too many perfect stats and stuff. Basically, any Pokemon with an OT or a nickname of a website is hacked, so might as well not have them. But it's sad that my shiny Pokemon basically went to waste going to a bot. Anyhow, I sent out a Gible for a Purloin from Now. Then I sent a Gible to Chloe for a Dreepy. I then sent out yet another Gible for a Vanillite. Then sent a Spiel to Roxy for a Roselia. Then I sent a Litwick to Jesus for a Wingull. Then I sent a Dino to Momo for a Baneri. I only had 5 Pokemon left after this, so I sent a shiny Stuffle for a Dreadnought named Kamaum, and then another Stuffle to Haku for a Riolu. Hey, that rhymes. I then sent out a shiny Dino to Luke Boy for another Vanillite, and then sent out a shiny Litwick to Mine for a Steelix. And I had 1 shiny Pokemon left in Sword and Shield, so I sent it to Theo for yet another Dreadnought. So that's 2 Dreadnought and 1 Choodle, surprisingly. Almost a tenth of all the Pokemon I got. So, in response, I got Hit the Nickit from Shyler. Got Hoot Hoot from F-King. Got Swabit. Got a Squirtle. Got a Honedge. Got a Natu from Tom. A Choodle. A Magikarp from Adam. A Yammy. A Yammy the Yamper from Cecilia, who got a nice little Pokeball. A Chansey from Luis. A Cock. We got not only a Bunnelby, I got a Bunnelby the Snow Frolicker from Kaka. I got a Ninjask from Michael. I got a Alolan Sandshrew and a Heavy Ball, which is pretty neat. Got a Momotun, the Woo from Finn. A Sizzlipede from Rathy. A Hatchrum from Enzo. An Esper from... Oh, this one's also from Pokemon. Interesting. An Esper from Ryo Akiyama. I don't know why you need to send an Esper up here, since we catch them pretty easily, but okay. A very, very illegal Charizard. Got a Purloin from Le Pizza Bear. We got a Purloin from Le Pizza Bear. Thank you, Le Pizza Bear. Got a Dreepy from Chloe. A Vanillite from a Roselia from Roxy. A Wingull from you. Not me. From you. Got a Baneri from Momo. Got a Dreadnought. A Mom, the Dreadnought from Inca. Got a Riolu from Haku. Another Vanillite. A Steelix from a Spanish Steelix from Mine. Oh, we got a Gigantamax Dreadnought. Pretty neat. Modest though. Ooh, I could probably mint it. Give it something. And yeah, that's everyone. I booted up Pokemon Scarlet and Violet not too long ago and surprise traded 1 shiny Dino, and what did I get? A Lechonk. And that's the results of our little project. But something about this leaves me a little unfulfilled. Like I could be doing way more. What if, instead of surprise trading 30 shiny Pokemon, what if I surprise traded 100?